Adam Opel founded his company in 1862. He did not start with cars. His first factory was in a humble cowshed in Rüsselsheim, Germany. He built sewing machines there. His machines were very good and became popular. Many homes and businesses used them. This success helped the company grow quickly. Adam Opel was a skilled engineer. He understood what people needed and how to make quality products. The company soon needed a bigger factory. It moved to a new, larger building to make more sewing machines for a growing market. The Opel name was becoming known for reliability and precision engineering from its earliest days. After the success of sewing machines, Opel looked for new opportunities. In the 1880s, bicycles were becoming very fashionable and popular across Europe. Adam Opel saw this trend as a chance to expand his business. In 1886, Opel started producing high-wheel bicycles, also known as penny farthings. His sons were very enthusiastic about bicycles and even competed in races. This helped to promote the Opel brand. The company quickly became one of Germany's largest bicycle manufacturers. The same focus on quality that made the sewing machines a success was applied to the bicycles, making them strong and desired by many riders. The transition from sewing machines to bicycles was a very important step for the company. It showed that Opel was able to adapt to new technologies and new markets. The skills learned in metalworking and mass production for sewing machines were very useful for making bicycles. The company's workforce grew, and its reputation for excellent German engineering became even stronger. This period of diversification laid the foundation for the company's next big adventure. It prepared Opel for the even more complex world of manufacturing that was just around the corner, a world that would be dominated by the automobile. Sadly, Adam Opel passed away in 1895. He never saw an Opel car. However, his wife Sophie and their 5 sons continued his legacy of innovation and enterprise. They were the ones who decided to take the company into the emerging automotive industry. The experience with bicycles, which involved wheels, gears, and frames, gave them the confidence to take this leap. The family's vision ensured that the Opel name would not just survive, but would become a major force in the 20th century. The groundwork laid by Adam Opel with his simple sewing machines had paved the way for a future he could have only dreamed of. In 1899, the Opel family made a historic decision. They started building automobiles. Their first car was called the Opel Patent Motorwagen System Lutzmann. They built this car after buying a small car company from Friedrich Lutzmann. This first vehicle was more like a motorized carriage than a modern car. It was a simple machine, but it marked Opel's official entry into the automotive world. The company was now on a new and exciting path. The brothers were determined to make cars that were reliable and affordable for more people, not just the very wealthy. The early years of car manufacturing were full of learning and experimentation. The first Opel Lutzmann car was not a huge commercial success. The Opel brothers quickly realized they needed to design their own cars. In 1902, they presented their first completely original design at the Hamburg Motor Show. This new car had a 2-cylinder engine and was much more advanced. It showed that Opel could innovate and was serious about car making. The company began to build a reputation for creating sturdy and practical vehicles, a quality that would define the brand for decades to come. Opel's first truly successful model arrived in 1909. It was the 48 PS, a small and reliable car that earned the nickname Doktorwagen or doctor's car. It was very popular with doctors, veterinarians, and lawyers who needed to travel around the countryside to visit their clients. The car was tough enough for the poor roads of the time and was relatively affordable. This model helped establish Opel as a maker of cars for everyday use. It was a car for professionals, not just for sport or luxury, which greatly expanded Opel's customer base and made the brand a household name in Germany. By 1914, Opel had become the largest car manufacturer in Germany. The company's focus on producing a range of cars, from small, affordable models to larger, more powerful ones, was a key to its success. They had successfully moved from sewing machines and bicycles to become a leader in a brand new industry. The company's factories were growing, and they were using modern production techniques to build cars more efficiently. The vision of Adam Opel's sons had turned their father's small workshop into an industrial powerhouse, ready to play a major role in the motorization of Germany and Europe. After the First World War, Opel faced many challenges, but it also embraced new ideas. The company was the first in Germany to introduce a mass production assembly line in the 1920s. This idea was inspired by Henry Ford in America. The assembly line allowed Opel to build cars much faster and cheaper. The first car to be built on this new line was the Opel 4 PS, nicknamed Laubfrosch or Tree Frog because it was painted a bright green. This small, affordable car was a massive success. It made car ownership possible for many ordinary German families for the very first time. The global economic situation in the 1920s was very uncertain. To secure its future and get access to more resources, the Opel family decided to look for a strong partner. In 1929, the American giant General Motors, or GM, bought a majority share in Opel. By 1931, GM had taken full ownership. This was a huge moment in Opel's history. Being part of GM gave Opel access to new technologies, a global network, and significant financial backing. This partnership allowed Opel to continue its growth and solidify its position as Germany's leading car producer, even as economic troubles loomed. Under GM's ownership, Opel flourished during the 1930s. The company launched several very important and popular models. One of the most famous was the Opel Olympia, introduced in 1935. It was the first mass-produced German car with a modern all-steel unibody construction, which made it lighter and safer. Another key model was the Opel Kadett. These cars were stylish, reliable, and well-engineered, appealing to a broad range of customers. By the late 1930s, Opel was the largest car maker in Europe, producing vehicles that were seen on roads all across the continent. The company's influence on the German auto industry was immense. Opel's use of the assembly line forced other German manufacturers to modernize their own production methods to stay competitive. The focus on making affordable cars for the masses helped to create a car culture in Germany. Models like the Kadett and Olympia set new standards for what a family car could be. Opel became synonymous with German engineering that was accessible to everyone. This legacy of affordable quality and innovation cemented Opel's place as a pillar of the country's industrial landscape for many years to come. Opel's journey has not always been smooth. The company faced enormous challenges during the Second World War. Its factories were converted to produce military equipment, and they suffered heavy damage from bombing. After the war, the company had to rebuild from the ruins. It was a difficult period, but Opel managed to restart production. The pre-war Kadett design was even taken by the Soviet Union as war reparations, becoming the Moskvich 400. Despite these setbacks, Opel slowly recovered, and by the 1950s, it was once again producing popular cars for a rebuilding Germany and Europe. The post-war decades were a golden age for Opel. The company produced some of its most iconic models during this time. The Opel Rekord, Kapitan, and the new Kadett and Ascona became symbols of Germany's economic miracle. These cars were known for their spacious interiors, reliable mechanics, and stylish American-influenced designs. People loved them because they were practical family cars that also offered a bit of flair. The Opel Manta, a sporty coupe, became a cultural icon in the 1970s and 1980s. For generations of Germans, owning an Opel was a part of life. However, by the late 20th and early 21st centuries, Opel faced new difficulties. Increased competition from other European and Asian car makers put pressure on sales. The company struggled with profitability for many years under GM's ownership, leading to concerns about its future. Economic crises also hit the auto industry hard. Despite these tough times, Opel continued to produce solid cars like the Corsa and Astra, which remained very popular across Europe. The company worked hard to innovate, focusing on improving efficiency and design to win back customers. Today, Opel is writing a new chapter in its long history. In 2017, the company was sold by GM to Groupe PSA, the French parent company of Peugeot and Citroën. In 2021, this group merged to become Stellantis, one of the world's largest automotive groups. This change has brought new energy and a new direction. Opel is now heavily focused on electric vehicles, with a goal to offer an electric version of every model. With a rich heritage of over 160 years, Opel is combining its legacy of accessible German engineering with a bold vision for a sustainable electric future, ensuring the Blitz emblem continues to be a familiar sight on the roads.